This is a founder in car update. This is after releasing the Abarth from its duties. I really loved the Abarth. It was a great car. Great car, but there was something, and it's the following. If you want to also ride a motorcycle, and I did not drove motorcycle because my children would not be able to go with us, so I only could take one person with me with a motorcycle, of course. And then I thought perhaps it's nice to have a convertible. The other way would be that you have a sidecar, then you can still take only two people with you. Different than in, for example, India, where they take the entire family on their car. But because that was the case, I thought I could take a convertible that seats 4 people, and that's very nice. But now, as I also explained in the earlier video, if I had to let one of the hothatches go, so this is the Suzuki Swift Sport hybrid, and the other one was the Abarth 595C MTA Turismo, which was also a hothatch, I would let the Abarth go. And why is that? Abarth brings a lot of pleasure, but the benefit of the Suzuki is that it's more modern. It has cruise control, for example, all other electronic gizmos. It's a 5-seater instead of a 4-seater. It's more practical, it's lighter, it has a warranty still in place. So this is the more, if you have to pick only one of those hothatches, this was the one that should stay, and it stayed. That does not mean that the Abarth was not a great adventure. I really enjoyed it. Also a little bit a little bit of a feeling that you say, okay, in my heart I would not want to let it go, but I did. And why was that? If there is nice weather like this today, and if you will go back to the motorcycle again, then you can pick either the motorcycle or the Abarth for good weather, or you can just mix it up. But they are competing and even cannibalizing on each other for the good weather runs. And therefore I thought, you need the more practical car to stay, otherwise you could say let that go, but then you still would have the competition for the good weather spots. So therefore just remove the Abarth, and then with the good weather trips you take the motorcycle again. You still have the full functionality of a 5-seater with also a very usable hatch. So it's in most cases more able to carry luggage. It's more frugal, more modern, more reliable, Japanese instead of Italian. So that was the reason why the Abarth went and the Suzuki Swift Sport stayed. So what will I miss the most about the Abarth? The experience. The Abarth is a car that gives you experience after experience. It's very good at that. I think that BMW wants to run a little bit at the traffic lights. And that's a very nice exhaust sound. There it goes. Turning for this bend is a little bit different for the BMW as compared to the, oh, there he goes. So it goes a little bit different if you compare that. And the nice thing is that the Abarth sounds so fantastic, even better than the Swift does, because Swift is a lot more modern type of car. So with that you will lose a lot of the sound, because new regulations limit the sound that comes out of the exhaust pipes. Also Abarth is very good at this. It is a tuner to begin with, and exhaust systems they created for many brands, but especially for Fiat products, so they are very good at that. and also due to new legislations, they are not only limiting the sound but also the amount of particles that leave the exhaust system. So with the Suzuki Swift Sport you get a gasoline particle filter as well, which also reduces the sound. Both are turbo cars. Turbos also reduce sound because they are not naturally aspirated. They have to breathe out, so the sound needs to go to the turbines of the turbo as well before it can leave the exhaust pipes. That being said, those loud exhausts were hilarious, especially for short trips, but I also have to do long trips, so that could be a trip of 400, 600, sometimes even 1000 kilometers on one single day. Then you will love that you have a system that is there, like with this AKS system of this Suzuki Swift Sport, but it's not being in your face all the time. Also with calls here, with this system it is a lot easier to make telephone calls using the Bluetooth system. Also you have a lot more updated navigation at your fingertips. You can also put your telephone Google Maps on this display if you want to. So all in all, the Suzuki Swift Sport is just so much more mature and therefore a better all-rounder, so to say. But the immature nature, so the less mature nature of the Abarth made it such a fantastic experience, of course. The nice thing also about the Suzuki Swift Sport is that although it's a lot more modern, stiffer, bigger and more capable car, it's also lighter. So the way this thing goes over roundabouts is just silly. The Abarth has a lot more, a lot wider rubber, but still it would be hard pressed to challenge the G-force that this wider track Suzuki Swift Sport is able to generate through those corners. So light is right in this case, and also the longer wheelbase makes it a lot more reliable. So you have so much more traction because the wheelbase is longer, and also the track, so the width where the tires are on all sides of the corner of the car is so much increased. It gives you a lot more stability in my opinion, and that's very nice. With Abarth you had such wide rubber that it gave you the sense of immense grip, but less playful to be extremely grippier. This is a little bit more better turning in my opinion, the Swift has. But the grip was there, but also the the feeling that you could lose the grip was a lot less natural. So you have grip, and then the grip ends. Whereas with the Suzuki Swift Sport you feel the build-up a lot better, in my opinion. Also the Abarth was narrower, as I mentioned, which also can be a benefit to the narrow streets. Being more narrow and shorter makes it easier to turn around. I really miss the convertible roof that you could just slide back. We moved enormous big items, just planting them, top loading them from the top. That was a very nice thing. I think that the roof that could be opened and the exhaust system that was the most hilarious about it. Also it went with urgency, but this Swift, in my opinion, moves with even greater urgency, is even lighter, more capable, more usable, more reliable, so that's the keeper. But I will miss the Abarth and all the rides that I did with it. I really liked this little midget, and it gave me enormous pleasure. So would I recommend? I would certainly recommend. Also the reliability in my opinion was still okay. I did not have any big problems with it. Being Italian and all was not a problem. Also the torque was very nice, even stronger feeling than this torque. But this torque is more immediate because you have this power of the electric engine at the lowest RPMs. This appears to be a little bit more. You have to work a little bit more because with the Abarth you also had an automatic shifting system, which was hilarious. The flippers on the steering wheel was also a very nice touch, so that you felt involved. Even though it was an automatic, it felt so terrific. I will miss it. I'm saying this is comparable in power, also comparable in power to weight. It is comparable in a hothatch genre, but it's a completely different car because you have a very slick 6-speed manual, and the other was a 5-speed automatic, which was like brutal if it shifted itself. It was a robotized automatic, so to say, but the flippers on the steering wheel were very great. Also the steering wheel and all the other touches, they are so wide and thick in the Abarth. That felt very great. This is also a very thick steering wheel. You have ample grip, it feels very nice, but the Abarth was just hilarious. It was a very good feeling. All in all, am I sad that the Abarth went? No, I'm not, because I had this very nice experience. If I had more room, the Abarth could stay, but otherwise if I have to move out the motorcycle or motorcycles or whatever will be there in the future, I had to move 2 cars all the time. That's not a nice thing, of course. Now it's top 1 car that has to move, and probably we can just make it happen. Also turn it around the parked car, and I would not feel worried that I'm giving too little love to one or the other. Also with the motorcycle, when I had in India, I did not drive it extremely to an extreme amount, so it was still just some 1,000 kilometers. Also with Abarth, I did not drive it very much, just for the short experiences. There it was great, but now if you only have one means of transportation with the warmer joyride, so to say, the short burst, I think you will be better off than to have to choose which one to take all the time. I also have a bicycle, which was good for supplementing the Abarth on the very, very short trips, and also in the city work, which is easier with the motorcycle. Also for the longer trips, the motorcycle will be a lot better than the bike, and easier to park than the Abarth, because you can park without going to the parking spaces all the time. You have more freedom, so to say. And still the motorcycle offers one up, so you can take one passenger with you if you want to. You can also put some side bags and have that load carrying ability. If you have the roof closed to Abarth, its functionality is enormously hampered, especially for big items, because the regular Abarth, so the coupe, the closed roof, has a real usable hatchback, so it opens very widely, which is not the case with the Abarth, because it's very short. It's like a trunk at the back, like a sedan, because they have this roof that can slide open and close again. And in a pitch, if you have to take something bigger with you, you can still top load it, and therefore I still think that you're better off also in a practical matter with convertible Abarths as compared to the closed roof. But of course you will get some rain inside your car as well, but then you can close it again, of course, and you have modern items such as air conditioning system to help you solve it. But hey, I liked both a lot. Practical manner, this is a better car. It's more room, you can seat up to 5. We also drove this to Italy, which it did very good. Also a lot safer than the Abarth, because Abarth you can just cut open very easily to the roof, because it is just fabric that stands in your way, so very easily accessible. So to say, a little bit of shade, now it's easy to see. And yeah, now I have a hardtop type of car that's very functional. There for the big trips, and for the short trips I will opt for a motorcycle over an Abarth. Will this be the right choice? I came from a motorcycle, went to an Abarth, now I will go from an Abarth convertible again to a motorcycle. I don't know, but let's try. Hope you liked the short video. Founder in car, out.